My name is Adam. I'm the creator of Untitled. Are we ready for the Q&A? Without further ado, the creator of Iixbfdi, Michael Wong. We have the writer and director of Teapot, Sam Thornbury. Co-creator of Iixbfdi, Florence Chappelle. Writer and director of Inanimate Insanity, Brian Koch. We have the voice of Marshmallow, D.E. Cashin. And the voice of Blueberry, Barry Strong. Awesome. We're going to do a really quick intro of who we all are, and then we're going to get right into the Q&A. We're going to start with Michael.
All right, hello everyone. About 16 years ago, I uploaded the first episode of Battle for Jamal to YouTube, and you guys are the result of that. So thank you everyone for coming. So you might have heard the voice of Pencil in this episode. Hi guys, I'm Sam Thornbury. I write and direct Teapot, and yo, I voice 9! Hi, I'm Florence Chappelle. I help make Iixbfdi, and I make these subscriber specials for the J&J channel, as well as the voice of 6. I'm Brian, writer, director for Inanimate Insanity, voice of Starford, and also the voice of Bear!
Voice actor, but you might notice me and remember me as the voice of Marshmallow.
Hi, I'm Barry Strong, and I'm the voice of Blueberry. I'm Adam, and I'm the voice of Test Tube. Thank you all so much for coming. We're going to jump right in because we have 4 microphones here, and here. We just ask one question per person. If anyone has anything they want to give to any of the panelists, feel free to leave it with the microphone attendant, and we will start right over here.
Okay, I just came back 3 times in a row.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anyways, I have a question to all of you guys. Is there a possibility you're going to do another tour in 2027 and 2028?
Well, you know, a time comes every year where we decide, are we going to do this one more time? So I think it's still up in the air. It's still a question mark. I think, you know, if I were to, you know, set a forecast, it's going to be 90% certain.
You guys excited for Weekends and Cornings?
Yeah!
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you. Right over here.
And this question is for Michael. I'm just wondering if Ruby's sisters are ever going to come back, or if they're going to have any significance in Teapot or Iixbfdi or any of the future episodes coming up.
I want to do so much more with Ruby's sisters. Just the fact that, you know, there are these birthstones. You know, people all know about birthstones, but we've never seen a show about them. So I want to show them more, especially Boo. That's my favorite birthstone.
Thank you. And right up here.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and this is a question for mainly the II crew, but anyone can answer. What is, oh god, I'm so sorry, I'm so nervous.
No worries.
Do Bo and Doe argue as siblings? Like, since they are siblings, do they have sibling arguments, or do they have, like, anything else in common?
Well, Doe is very much convinced that they're siblings. Bo has been in denial about that from the beginning. And I think that has resulted in many sibling-esque arguments between them. So I would say yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, and right up here.
Hi, I'm Avi. I'm a big TV fan. But I have one question for Adam. Will there ever be an official TV Plus?
An official, you said TV plush?
I said cheesy.
Oh, a cheesy plush.
Yeah.
A mean plush.
Yeah.
Come on, Adam, we want to know.
the shop. Get it?
Come on, Adam, stop toying with them.
Hey, you're stealing my business.
All right, well, would you all like a cheesy plush? Oh, wow. We have a hype cheesy crew. It's a good show. All right, well, we weren't sure, but now I think we're convinced, so it'll have to happen. Thank you. Yeah, right over here.
This is a question for Brian and Adam. So if the inanimate Sandy version of Apple is Meeple, what would the Android version be?
Well, we've seen a paper in the original season 1 called Me Droid, so he did reference it.
It's so interesting, because it's like, yeah, it clearly in that case means that Android is like kind of ripping off what Meeple has done, which has crazy implications for what we think about Apple and Android. They aren't necessarily accurate. But yeah, it would be interesting to maybe get into that. We get that question pretty often, I would say. Like, I feel like once a year or so we get that question, so maybe we gotta get into it at some point.
It's pretty ironic too because the Meeple characters you could argue are androids in a way.
True.
So it's kind of ironic there, but it may be something we'll see in the future. Who knows? But
Maybe they will be the androids you're looking for.
thank you. Great question. And right over here.
So basically, in the universe I'm talking about, like in between IDFD and DFD, the art style changes, and there's been no explanation. Will there be an explanation in IDFD?
I mean, sometimes when it comes to visual style, I like to just imagine that we're just viewing the world through goggles, and we decided we wanted to change goggles. But I know others have other ideas. I do like the goggles viewpoint. I feel like I don't want to step on the toes because like Joseph and Harry are largely planning out the IDFB storyline, so I don't want to step on their toes, but I'm sure we might see something in that season, so stay tuned. Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, right up here.
Hello, my name is Liam. This is a question for everybody on the stage. Has anybody here watched Ian's show by Steph?
I've checked out an episode or two, but I'm not too familiar.
Yeah,
It was funny.
I've watched all of Burner, which was the... I need to catch up on Bean's show, yeah.
Definitely want to catch up on Bean Show. And actually, shout out to Zachary, who's the voice of Doe on II. I don't know if you know that.
Don't get a lot of love for this Q&A. You gotta love to see it. It's really good for Zachary.
Thank you. Yeah, and right up here.
Does Bodhi have a face, and if so, where is it?
No. No face on Bodhi. Bodhi is just Bodhi. And if you think it's inexplicable why Bodhi is alive, that's okay.
I was gonna say like, oh, we'll have to see, but I like that answer better. It's a better answer. Thank you. Yeah, right over here.
My question is for the GFDI crew. If Rocky were to join the competition of Teapot and he won the season, what would he do with the power?
I imagine it would be a little bit gross. You know, I think he uses vomit in terrible ways with his power by accident. And I think it'd be well-intentioned and well-meaning, but yeah, sometimes, you know, it's a little bit out of control for him. So I think that he's one of those characters that if he got the power, it would be more dangerous. I always the same with like Yellowface. Like I imagine it would just spray in a really terrible way, but that's the fun of the power. So hopefully whoever ends up with it, it isn't terribly world-ending.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right over here.
My question is mostly for the Inanimate Insanity crew. Are you ever going to make like different merch, like keychains, more t-shirts?
Yeah, well, it's something we're always looking to do more of. We have a few products in the works that are not something we've done before, which is cool. One product that I would love to bring back are those yin yang
I was
sandals.
gonna say the same thing. We gotta bring back the Yin Yang sandals.
We're working on it. Every product really has its own pipeline that we kind of build from scratch. They're all a labor of love, and yeah, we're definitely working on
I
stuff.
like the test tube phone case for Make for Fan. That'd be nice to have. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff I feel like we can do. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, we're cooking something up. We're excited to share. There may have been one product you've seen in one video at some point that is in the works, an anniversary video. So check that out. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Right over here.
I'm
very small concentration. We didn't want everyone to turn into metal, so we didn't give you enough to make you metal. But if you had maybe 5 of them, you would turn into metal.
If you would come yesterday, that's where all they went. You know, they're all metal now, they're gone. So it's lucky you came today and had tonight's fortune. You know, it didn't do it.
If you guys go to the airport and you had too much, it might be a problem getting through the metal detector.
Thank you. Look right up here.
Hi, I have a question for why did Newfound keep Box on season 2 and 3 knowing they're just a dead body?
Well, that's a really good question. I think some of it too was a lack of understanding on Miphone's part. In some respects, maybe the gravity of what happened, which may not be amazing. But yeah, Brian, what do you think?
I took it when writing it, it was just, I think he felt very bad about what happened, and in his way, he felt like it was a way to still include Fox. And whether or not that was tasteful, I think it's up for debate. Maybe he wouldn't necessarily agree with it, but I think he was trying to honor their memory in a very, immature, Mifone way. Yeah.
And a lot of the antics was really the contestants trying to get involved with Bob's sport from that outro. Much like Trophy still believed that relationship that they had was like actually real, which is funny. We'll have to see more of that. Thank you. Great question. And yeah, right over here.
I have a question for Michael. If you think to be a diaper should be sitting, what do you think that would be?
I sometimes imagine that the bros, I never use that name for them, but pen, blocky, and eraser, that they have a sibling-like dynamic. They don't need to be siblings, but they're like bros. That's why they're the bros. They're brothers.
Thank you. Yeah, right over here.
I was wondering what, all of your guys' favorite, either scene or episode from Teapot or I mean.
My favorite scene that we've done in Teapot is the robot flower fight scene in Teapot 13. I remember when I first was submitted, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I watched it again and again, so that's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the IIFs. I really do enjoy the 2 that we've done on this tour so far for season 4 of episode 6 and episode 7, but I guess classic one probably would be Kick the Bucket. I think that's the turning point. We talked about that yesterday a little bit too. Yeah, it's just defining moment, I think, for him and Sandy overall. Yeah.
I will say my favorite season 4 moment has not come yet, but it is coming. But I will say we've done that's currently out is the Marshmallow and fan confrontation scene in the hospital. I just thought that was really net drama place.
The last time Blueberry spoke.
Write me in more, Brian. Write me in. All right. I'll say with season 4 specifically, the scene in episode 4 when everything was raining and they were running through the forest and Fan gets electrocuted. That was really a really intense scene. There were rain effects.
Really, that's your favorite scene?
Yes, it was very much so.
That has interesting implications.
I think in Teapot, my favorite little scene, or I guess more of a shot, is Teardrop when she goes into real life in Teapot 4. And that one's more personal to me because I filmed that in my apartment. There's a tree right outside the window that a week later was chopped down. So that tree in that episode is now dead in real life, but it's always in the episode. I think that's nice.
It's on forever. Thank you. Great question. And yeah, right up here.
Hi, this was a question for mostly Carrie, but any of you guys can respond. So I have a friend who went to one of the LA tours, and they told me that Carrie compared Pillow to GLaDOS from Portal. And I am a huge GLaDOS fan, and I would love to know more on how you guys think Pillow could be compared to GLaDOS in any way.
Oh, well, GLaDOS is very witty, and so, if we ever wanted to develop Pillow further, we have like a Pillow compound where Pillow could do experiments.
I mean, I assume the biggest point of comparison between the two is their voice and their way of speaking. They have a similar, very I don't know what the right word is, but a sort of mean, jokey way of talking that I think resonates with both of you.
On the topic of Portal, I remember Ben made that animation of test tube singing Still Alive way back in the day, before it was an official animator for Animated Sandy. That's part of how it got the gig from our crew. So Portal is a big part of OSD in that way. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right over here.
Hi, my name is Charlie. You might remember me from about 2 years ago. And my question is mostly for the II crew. Will there ever be a Steve Cobbs plushie?
Well, usually, it seems like there is a lot of demand for a Steve Cobbs plushie, which is really interesting. So we'll poll the audience on the versions we can name. Make some noise if you want just the standard Steve Cobbs. Now make some noise if you want the dead corpse version. We've gotten, I think, the kernels, for any of you who brought coffee today, working out the design, we had talked about actually that, if anyone knows Knuckles from Sonic, that was actually, Jenny, who's our character lead, really used Knuckles kind of like quills to kind of inspire the whole of the leaves. So, there's a lot of love for it.
What's nice too is with Blueberry Plus can also have a Cadbury. There you go. Playing Cadbury, playing Cadbury.
Thank you. Yeah, right over here.
This is a question for everybody. I want to ask if you guys have heard of the object string.
Oh, sorry. Come on, boys.
It's actually something that a lot of people at the Goonies have brought up, and we're always amazed by like all the amazing projects that are happening all the time. I think it just shows the power of how, to put it bluntly, the community is just really inspiring.
Also, why is Harry not here?
He's a busy man.
Yeah, that's kind of all it is. It just too busy to come, like, so way to the call.
Doing cool science stuff.
So you can ask that question.
Because they invited me.
Well, he'll always be here in spirit. But yeah, thank you so much. Right over here.
So for Brian, at a different tour, I want to say it was LA, that's not wrong. You said fans' favorite musical was SpongeBob the Musical.
That's correct.
My question is, what is fans' favorite song/plot of SpongeBob the Musical? There's a lot there, and it's really important.
That is such a good question. I think my instinct would be, I think he actually really likes the Patchy plot, because Patchy is a fan of SpongeBob, and the whole thing is Patchy wanting to get to be in the show and see it and like all for it. So I think Fan really relates to Patchy's idea of wanting to go into a show they previously watched and becomes a part of. So I also resonate with that as well as seeing the show when Patch finally is able to join at the end. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you.
Great question.
Right up here.
So my question was, if the little, I don't remember what they're called, but little creatures from season 3.
The Inanimates, yes.
Yeah, if they came back, like, if they came back, or like, would they come back to the characters? Like, how would they react?
Well, it's not, for a lot of the Inanimates in season 3, episode 11, I believe, we did see them poof on screen into confetti, but there's one that you may have identified there that we did not see do that. So maybe we'll see them in season 4.
Yeah, and just let's say may in fact still be around and maybe this reference to have the script. So there you go.
So stay tuned.
Don't tell anyone, okay? It's between us.
Thank you. Right over here.
Hi, this is a question for Adam and Ryan, and I was wondering, what would have happened if fans died?
Everyone would have been very upset forever.
I think I would have continued crying at the bedside.
No, but I mean, honestly, I think we're all, did you all want Fan to die?
Well, what do you know? Your favorite team, defeated.
The concept of, now that Miko is no longer here to recover all the characters, I feel like the concept of mortality is going to be a big theme within the season, so we'll have to see, how that plays out this season.
Mortality is constantly hanging over them. So it'll be fun to explore.
Yeah, my favorite scene. Thank you. Oh my God, it's tissues.
Hi, tissues.
This is a question for Michael. Will there ever be a BFDI season 7?
Or we're already imagining what it's going to be.
Right over here.
This is my first time meeting you guys. I'm like so sorry if I'm like really nervous.
Never fun.
So this might be a dumb question. What's your guys' like? This is a question for all of you guys. What is your guys' like favorite character? Like a person, like favorite personality or something?
My favorite's got to be Leafy. You know, it's Leafy. There's an announcement says that. Honestly, yeah. So that's my favorite character.
For me, it changes a lot, but I have to say, it's either between Bubble or Pin. Usually.
It changed a lot for me. I'll throw it to one y'all just met today. So with Claire, in the Nearly Understanding episode, I really enjoyed seeing how, Starfruit was able to help mentor and how she really just kind of came on herself. Didn't need to be liked. Seemed like she did enjoy being liked, just didn't want to admit it. But had that awesome song, Can't Catch Me, which y'all seem to really like. So I'll thank her.
I think for me, the ones that I voice, I really like Soap and Jack. I'm having a great time watching them.
Do I even need a
Why don't you all tell me? That's not fair. They just want them all to cheer your name.
I'll say I think my favorite would still be Code 4. One, because I love the character, but also I think my dad would be very disappointed if I did not say him.
So favorite scene, fan dying, and then your favorite character being Code 4. I can feel a person. That's fine.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Right up here.
Hi. So my question is for Adam and Brian. Why did you cancel Fans Fantastic Features?
He got promoted. I think the idea was to have Fans Fantastic Features be concurrent to an Anime Insanity Invitational. However, it quickly became apparent that we could not do that because we were just so busy. Because we were also maybe thinking, well, maybe season 2 will also run at the same time. None of that happened. It's hard enough to just make one show. So maybe at some point we'll get back around to it. I did really enjoy the live streams that we did in the lead up to the movie that were in the vein of Fans Fantastic Features. So I think we'll do more of those, or maybe more episodes at some point. But Fan's pretty busy these days. But he appreciates. He would also like to get back behind that desk.
Yes, and I think that's what's fun about season 4 is it almost feels like an homage to Fans Fantastic Features because he's like such a part of the show. So, but yeah, who knows? Maybe FFF will continue at some point. We'll have to see.
Little details from the side content are always popular. That like Trophy being a still life photographer is something that kind of came up in one of the stories. So it was just referencing the episode we saw today. So you never know. We really remember continuity.
True. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right over here.
Hi, this is a question for everybody. What's your favorite line out of II or T-Bot?
Well, I just know I'm going to win.
Oh! Walmart has everything!
I'm the greatest ever.